So somehow I have ended up really, really late to the party as far as reviewing my Halloween BPAL has gone. I did get this before Halloween, you know, with BPAL's turnaround times being quite slow, and then with the shipping to the UK and everything, sometimes you don't get your Halloweenies before Halloween. It does happen, but I did actually get these a handful of days before Halloween, and but everything was so hectic, there was so much going on with Halloween, and I like to let the scents settle and before I can really make my mind up about what I think. So here we are, it is nearly the end of November and I'm reviewing Halloween BPAL, but who gives a shit? They're still live, you can still buy the scents if they sound nice to you. Every day is Halloween, and actually my Trading Post order, because the Trading Post Halloween is I didn't have the money for it at the time, so I ordered those after Halloween, and they should be arriving tomorrow. I've just paid a heinous fucking customs fee from Parcel Force, and so it should be tomorrow. I should have my Trading Post, so there's going to be another late as fuck BPAL haul pretty soon. But anyway, yes, the Halloweenies, the lab Halloweenies, I got 5 bottles, and honestly, this has been one of the most freaking amazing orders I've ever had in terms of getting 5 bottles, and I would say 4 of them are keepers, and the 5th one is almost a keeper, and the ones that are keepers are really, really good. So without further ado, let us move on to the scents. So I'm going to start just with them in the order I've got them sitting here. The first one is pumpkin tobacco, which despite the fact that most scents where they basically say what they are don't have notes, this one does have notes, which are sweet black tobacco infused with dried pumpkin and soaked in bourbon. And before the Halloweenies came out, I had thought I would really like some more pumpkin scents. Like, how is it that I own this much BPAL and I only have 2 pumpkin patch scents, and I only have one that I really like, which is an old one from I think 2012, which had hay as the dominant other note, so it's like pumpkin with hay, and it smells really outdoorsy and quite gender neutral, masculine leaning, kind of like a stable yard, this lovely hay note. So I wanted more pumpkin scents, and ideally ones that were quite kind of masculine. And tobacco, I do love tobacco as a scent note. It is definitely one of my favourite scent notes, and it's always a pretty safe bet that it's going to smell quite masculine if it's got tobacco in it. And with it having bourbon in too, I thought, yes, this is going to be quite a sexy boy smell, and it really is. Pumpkin tobacco is definitely one of the ones that straight out of the mail I was like, yes, this is gorgeous. It is. It's a really nice tobacco note. It's really kind of like thick, sticky, chewy tobacco. And them saying it's sweet black tobacco. It is quite sweet tobacco. It's not like a really kind of like dirty one. Some of them can be a bit more dirty smelling. To be fair, I don't think I've ever found a tobacco note I hate, but this one is quite sweet. It's quite sweet and spicy as well. I don't know if that's the bourbon making it a little bit spicy. Sometimes they're kind of bourbon notes I find like a little bit spicy somehow. But it's pumpkin-y, but it's not like really, really in your face obnoxious, like, this is Halloween, this is Halloween. It's not that kind of pumpkin. But there is definitely pumpkin in there, and it's just got a really nice, like, overall kind of quite masculine, very calm, quite expensive smelling. It's really hard to describe, actually. It is. It's such a compound. It's such a, like, nice, rounded, kind of deep brown, very calm, masculine scent. So that one I love, and actually it's getting more and more pumpkin-y as it dries down. Yes, I do. I like that one very much. That one, I mean, it is going to kind of, when I actually put it in my collection and try and find room for it in my collection, it is going to be a little bit of how much do I wear this, because I do have so many tobacco ones that I love, but I definitely see this coming out a lot every Halloween. This is going to be a big Halloween favourite because it's such a nice mellow pumpkin scent. So anyway, the next one I have is Blue Ghost Blues, which from the notes were, hang on, my computer is shafted right now. It is taking me hours to do anything. I need a new laptop because yesterday, off topic, tangent, but yesterday I really thought the neighbours were going to start knocking on the door wondering if someone was being murdered, because I got so cross with my computer I just started screaming at it at the top of my lungs, and it sounded like someone was being killed. It's like, no one's being killed. This laptop is just driving me out of my fucking wits. So anyway, now that they've come up, the notes are a ward against evil, bay rum, whiskey, cigar smoke, black pepper and salt. And so that one I was like, oh wow, that sounds a lot like Doc Constantine's medicine show, the linen spray from the Trading Post, which I really love. It's a really nice, sexy boy smell, like with bay rum and smoke and pepper and things. All of those are really good sexy boy smell notes. But Blue Ghost Blues is actually quite surprising in that it's not as fiercely masculine as I was expecting it to be, but I do love it. And this one you can actually see that it's kind of gone down a little bit. I've been wearing it so much. This is the one that I started wearing day after day after day when they first came, because it's so fucking nice. It is. It's lovely. But the weird thing is that actually this smells way more like a Christmas scent than a Halloween scent. I think it's the bay rum. The bay rum, or whatever rum note they've used, it's very similar to, I've got a scent called Fanny for Panny, which, can't remember, it was an old limited edition that I somehow ended up with. But Fanny for Panny is this really Christmassy smelling scent because it's got like this really Christmas cakey rum and some orange and some leather, and it's like this sexy dominatrix at Christmas smell. And Blue Ghost Blues is like the male equivalent of Fanny for Panny, that it's got the same kind of like spiced, almost Christmassy smelling rum. That it really does. It smells like Christmas, and that is like cool as far as I'm concerned, because people frequently tell me, oh wow, you smell like Christmas, when it's, you know, like the middle of summer or something, just because I really like spiced smells and I quite like boozy smells and I like tobacco-y, spicy smells. People with untrained noses smell that and go, oh, you smell like Christmas. Fuck off. I smell like bay rum and cloves and I don't smell like Christmas. But as far as the cigar smoke goes, as usual, my complaint with BPAL is that things are never smoky. So I don't get smoke with the cigar smoke. But there is something kind of tobacco-y in there. There is that nice kind of squishy brown, spicy masculine thing. I don't get much with the black pepper. Ugh, my nose is overwhelmed. I can't smell anything now. But yeah, the black pepper, it's not especially peppery, because pepper is another note that I really, really love in masculine scents. Like masculine scents with pepper. So nice. But I don't majorly get that, and the salt as well. I don't really get that much salt. It's mostly kind of tobacco and bay rum, like really, really like spiced, squishy tobacco and kind of Christmassy smelling bay rum. So I think it is a kind of sexy gender neutral. And actually I would say if you really like Mr. Nancy from the American Gods collection, which I do, Mr. Nancy's, I've actually finally started watching American Gods and really loving it. So I've been wearing Mr. Nancy a lot just to feel in theme. And Mr. Nancy is definitely one of my favourite ever BPALs. It's gorgeous. It's this really like fun smelling masculine scent because it's got the tobacco, but it's got this really like fun boozy smell and some Christmas cookies or sugar cookies or something in there. There's something sweet and sticky and mischievous about Mr. Nancy, and this has the same kind of vibe, that it's quite sweet and boozy and fun. So it's a really like sexy, uplifting smell. So I love Blue Ghost Blues. I'm sure people will tell me that I smell like Christmas, as they usually do, but I don't care. I think it smells lovely. So moving on, the next one I have is my bottle of Samhain Chaos Theory, which basically they took Samhain as a base, which the notes... Come on, computer. The notes of Samhain are damp woods, fir needle, black patchouli with the gentlest touches of warm pumpkin, clove, nutmeg, allspice, sweet red apple, and Maline. I don't know, but anyway, Samhain is the most freaking classic, amazing BPAL scent ever. They bring it out every Halloween, and it is this amazing. I would say if you want one gothy perfume to wear, get Samhain. Samhain is hands down the most kind of spooky, magical, evocative, gothy scent ever. And this year they did Samhain Chaos Theories, so every bottle is completely unique. They've basically just taken Samhain and then they will throw random scent notes into every bottle, and your bottle is numbered. I have number 83, and it's completely random. You don't know what it is. You just have to guess. It's a complete gamble, and if I had more money, I probably would have bought like 3 bottles of Samhain Chaos Theory, because although it is a huge gamble, I love Samhain so much that how wrong could it be? So this one, I actually haven't tried this in about a week or two, so we'll see if it's morphed. Because yeah, much as I feel like I'm getting reasonably good at identifying perfume notes, I really don't know entirely what is in this bottle, but I know I like it. So there's, in my one, I mean, it's almost pointless me reviewing this, to be honest, because your one is going to be completely different, everyone's is completely different, but just for the sake of fun, I will tell you what my one smells like. So my one is it has elements that are very feminine and very masculine, which is the weird thing. There's something very, very spiced about it. Like, I mean, to be fair, each iteration of Samhain, so each year of Samhain does change slightly. Some are more appley, some are more spicy, some are more woodsy, so I don't know exactly which notes were more prominent in this year's Samhain compared to my one, which is a few years old. But my one is very, very, very spiced. It's very, very heavy on the spices, and there's something really sweet. Actually, when it first came, I remember thinking it kind of reminded me of like cinnamon cookies, was the first thing. I was like, this is like Samhain with cinnamon cookies. And it kind of is, but hang on, my nose has gone to sleep again. Yeah, there's something kind of cinnamon cookie-y about it, and yet as it dries down, it seems kind of more masculine than Samhain usually does. Like, I've also got Samhainophobia, which was one they've brought out, I think, a couple of times, but to me, it smells like a slightly more masculine version of Samhain. It's heavier on the kind of pine tree notes, and just smells sort of dark and sticky and sinister. And this sort of reminds me more of Samhainophobia, that it does have that kind of dark, sort of earthy, masculine thing to it. But there is this kind of spiced sweet thing going on. So it's really hard to say exactly what freaking notes they put in mine, because it's not like way away from Samhain. Like, people I've seen talking on Facebook and things about what's in there, somebody had one that was like Samhain with strawberry in it, someone had Samhain with rose, so it was like a very definite this is what's in it, whereas mine is basically Samhain just with some slightly weird little hints of twists. So it's not like vastly surprising, which is kind of a shame. It would have been fun to have Samhain with a really surprising note in there, like the strawberry one. Actually, at some point I am going to have to try layering Samhain with something like Curtis Snicker or something really strawberry, because that sounds like a really interesting combination. I can't think if it would be vile or amazing, but mine is basically just slightly different Samhain in a questionable, indescribable way. So I will be keeping mine and wearing it, but it's not really out of the box different. So anyway, moving on to the one that I don't think I'm going to keep. The one that I do not like is, it doesn't have any notes because it is called Dead Leaves and Pumpkin Seeds. So those are the notes. They had a lot of dead leaf ones, actually, the Pile of Leaves collection. I think they had one with maple sap, which sounded really good. That was like my second choice, and I wish I'd gone for it now. But pumpkin seeds, I have got a atmosphere spray called Midnight with a Pumpkin Light, I think, which is the notes of candle wax and pumpkin seeds, and the pumpkin seeds are really like toasted and roasted and like caramelized, and it's this incredibly comforting, lovely scent. So I was hoping this would smell kind of like that. But it doesn't. There's something funky about the pumpkin seed note. That it starts out with the normal kind of blast that you get with the dead leaf scents. All the dead leaf scents initially start out smelling very green and very bitter. It's kind of how you imagine it would taste if you were to literally pick up a dead leaf and eat it. It's that really like bitter, sharp, like smell. So it took me a long time actually to get into the dead leaf scents, because they were so like bitter and green and just, this is horrible. But I tend to find when they dry down on my skin, they turn into this really like comforting kind of cashmere-y, musky loveliness. And I actually don't own a single dead leaf perfume oil. I've got one hair gloss that I sometimes wear as a perfume oil, but that's all I've got. So I wanted to increase my collection or begin my collection of dead leaves. But this one, when it dries down, the pumpkin seed note just has this kind of weird mustiness to it. There's just this weird, very hard to describe, but sort of fluffy and musty and a bit stale smelling, and that unfortunately comes out more and more as it dries down. So when it gets to that lovely point with the dried leaf note where it's all kind of musky and cashmere-y, unfortunately it's combined with this sort of stale, musty thing. So that bottle I will be trying to pass on at some point. So ending with the last one I have is Pumpkin Musk. Ending with the last one, and then let's review a lip balm instead. Of course you're ending with the last one, you fucking lunatic. I need some more sleep. Anyway, ending with the last one. This one is Pumpkin Musk and Black Oud, which, so again, it doesn't have any notes as far as I know, because those are the notes. This one I immediately put in my scent locket and wore for ages and ages, because this one is sexy as fuck. Let me find, hang on. Okay, we've got a clean spot over here. I'm so excited for my Trading Post things to come tomorrow. Oh my god. It was shipped out actually about 20 days ago. Tangent, but it was shipped out 20 days ago and customs have been sitting on it forever and I'm going insane. But yeah, Pumpkin Musk and Black Oud is like this one I can see, like I've not actually been reading the forums to see which scents have been getting a really huge buzz around them, but Pumpkin Musk and Black Oud it reminds me actually of Streets of Detroit, weirdly. I don't know, is Oud in Streets of Detroit? I don't think it is, isn't it just patchouli and motor oil? I'm not sure, but it's got that same kind of deep, dark, like black leathery, although there's no leather in it, but you know what I mean? That vibe, that kind of deep, dark, femme fatale sexiness, but without being overtly girly. Like, it's not like a really strident kind of womanly smell. It's just sexy, naughty, badass woman. Although, actually, I mean, I could see this on a man as well. I could. I think it would be sexy on a guy, but then I think slightly feminine scents on guys can be nice. Like if they're badass feminine scents on a guy with like a guy's skin chemistry, I think it can turn out really nice. But yeah, this one, to be honest, like Oud, I am still trying to learn exactly what Oud smells like. But from this one, dark, thick sexiness, and the pumpkin, Again, the pumpkin is one of those kind of really well blended kind of, well, so I was going to say musky pumpkins. It does say pumpkin musk, you fucking idiot. So so it is. It's kind of a musky pumpkin, and this one, yeah. If I was loaded and I was going to do a backup bottle grab, I would get a backup bottle of pumpkin musk and black oud. Because I can see this one being a huge, huge Halloween classic, like for me, every single year. And also a lot in between Halloweens. Because it does. It's so fucking sexy. It's so fucking sexy. I see myself wearing that a lot. So, comparing it to pumpkin tobacco, because I will say stresh? That was a combination of straight and fresh. Stresh out of the mail. Pumpkin tobacco and pumpkin musk and black oud, they were quite similar. They were both kind of like badass, gender neutral, kind of dark smelling, a little bit pumpkin-y. And I would say pumpkin tobacco is the more overtly masculine of the two. And it's a lot kind of drier and more spiced. And more kind of laid back, whereas pumpkin musk and black oud, more feminine, more in your face, more sexy. Yeah, that's basically the difference between the two of them. So hang on, let me sniff back. Where are my patches of things? So okay, so my Samhain chaos theory is now smelling very, very, very spicy. Kind of more clove, maybe? More clove, but still that weird kind of cinnamon cake sweetness. And over here, what did I have over here? What's this? Oh, that's Blue Ghost Blues. Yeah, Blue Ghost Blues does mellow down a bit. Like, the Christmassiness does mellow down. And it sort of turns into this very spiced... yeah, Blue Ghost Blues, actually... I think it would be a fun masculine smell. I think it would. I think, like, if you're a guy and you like smells that are a little bit out of the box and that are just really unusual, I think this one would be really kind of cozy and quite sexy on a guy. So, returning to the Dead Leaves one, it is a shame because the dead leaf note in it is very nice. The dead leaf note is really, like, it is mellowing down to that cashmere-y, snuggly thing, but I just cannot get round the kind of musty pumpkin seed thing. No, so I ballsed up on the dead leaves. I should have gone for one of the other nice ones like maple sap or whatever else there was. But I think my trading post order, I ordered an atmosphere spray that's a dead leaf one. So because they had some really good ones. They had like dead leaves and donuts. And I have this horrible feeling I didn't go for dead leaves and donuts, and I feel like I should have done. Anyway, oh my god, I've talked for a very long time. I guess I'd better shut up. But I'm not sure when the Yules are going to drop. I mean, Jesus, it's... At the time of recording this, it's the 27th of November. We're nearly in December. Panic attack, panic attack. Oh god, Christmas would be so nice if it wasn't so stressful. But Christmas smells are lovely. I'm very psyched for the Yules, although I really have spent too much money on BPAL over the Halloween period and could do with not doing that so much anymore, but it's the Yules, you have to buy the Yules. So anyway, but yes, if you bought things from the Halloweenies and thought they were really good, tell me about them, tell people things. Actually, there was... one of the... God, was it one of the Pickman Gallery ones about somebody and a goat? Somebody recommended me that and said they thought I would really like it. And I haven't gone back to look that up. But I am trying not to spend so much money on BPAL because I'm running low on Cocoa Pink body butter. And that's the next smelly thing I need to buy, really. But yes, anyway, if you bought fun things from the Halloweenies or you're excited for the Yules, tell me about them. I have talked for too long, so I'm going to go away now. I hope I can edit this down somewhat because it's rather lengthy. Oh dear. Anyway, happy belated Halloween. Bye-bye.